Hi guys and welcome to Operation Crypto. This is another update on Multivac, which is ticker MTV. We'll have a look at a few key levels where we could potentially place some orders if we do get a bit of a correction, because so far it's been absolutely flying. You would expect a correction at some stage. So we'll have a look at a few buy zones, and then if not and we just continue, we'll have a look at a few targets in terms of areas of resistance, and both the USDT and the BTC pairings. If you're new to this channel, please make sure that you are subscribed. Hit that like button. And let's crack on. So welcome, this is the second update I'm doing on Multivac. So like I say, we'll have a look at a fair few key levels. This video is in partnership with Cointelegraph Markets Pro. If you are looking to get one step ahead of a market in terms of news alerts and price action alerts, then check Cointelegraph Markets Pro. You'll find a link for that in the pinned comment in the description of this video. So Multivac, Tether, daily time frame, KuCoin chart. I'm using the KuCoin chart as it has got predominantly most of the market volume. It is the leading pair across all of Multivac. So where are we currently at? We're currently at 1 cent, pretty much on the nose. This area here I've marked up on the previous video, whereas we rejected. We've got a double tweezer top there on the 6th of May. Come back down, did quite a nasty retracement, and we have flown right back up very recently. And again, we've rejected off that same level, come back down, retested this area support at 0.0087 and pushed back up, and again we've rejected off that area. So it's around 1 cent, 1.1 cent. It is seeming like a tough area to crack. Let's have a look at some areas where we could potentially buy though. I don't want to sound too bearish in this, because on all crypto assets, including Bitcoin, including Multivac, I am bullish. And I think over the course of the next few months, things are going to get crazy. I still expect maybe a dump, or not even a dump, maybe just a sell-off on Bitcoin. I mean, we are currently dropping at a minute. We are sat at just shy of 47k. I put this Fibonacci on earlier on. There's a couple of key levels. So we've got this area at 44k. We've got 42k. And then you could go back to test that monthly open at 37k. I mean, that would be very bearish, but there's always that possibility. So just be wary that it could come down. But I think I'm more in favourable of a test here at 42k, which lines up nicely like moving average 50. So we could get a wick down to there around 42k. If that did happen, unfortunately, altcoins would start to feel the pain a little bit. And like I say, this is nothing against Multivac. I'm just expecting if BTC does get a pullback, which I mean historically it has done, it may not happen. It might just continue going straight up and blow us all out of water. But you've got to go with history and facts, and there's a good chance that we may get a bit of a sell-off. Whether that's, say, a short, sharp sell-off in terms of a 10-20% drop and then a gradual increase back up, or a steady rise down, who knows? But I think we may get one. So in light of that, let's have a look at some buy zones. So we broke up above this moving average 50, we retraced. This is the next major move here. So if we put Fibonacci on from the bottom there to the top where we rejected, and we've got a couple of key levels. I'm going to actually get rid of that red lower because I think that's a bit obsolete now. So already we've come down and we retested this 38% level and pushed back up. We did get a good reaction there. That was 0.0091, and now we are pushing back up. I think we might get a rejection. If we do, and you're looking for some buy zones, I would honestly put some orders in here, around 0.0073. There's a good chance that moving edge 50 starts coming up, ties in with that area of golden ratio here, hits that, and then we start to push back up. So if you're looking for some buy zones, you might think that's too bearish, Andy. It's way below where we should be. I don't make my rules. I think the market itself can get nasty at times, and although we've had such a significant rise, people will forget that in a heartbeat if we get a 10-20% drop. And to be honest, that's where I will be looking. I will be looking to buy some here, and if we do drop down to that level, I'll buy some more. I think I actually bought around this region here anyway. It might have been 0.007, I think I bought it. So if it does come back to down to this area, I've got some stable assets ready to deploy. So I'm looking at buying here. I mean, I would prefer it to go up. I'm already a holder now. I would prefer it to go up, but just be wary. If you've got some stable assets in play, why not bang a few cheeky orders down there, and you might get lucky and pick up some nice cheap multivac there. So that's the little bit of a bearish scenario. I mean, if you're looking at moving average 50, there's a good chance it does come up there, and we do trade within that area. Just looking at the money flow has been in negative territory all the way through this. Look like we had a major rise, I mean, since 23rd of April. Money flow has been in negative territory, so I mean, it does look like it's about to potentially come to an end, but we might get a drop back down and a bit of a delay on that, depending how September goes. There's a lot of people now mentioning that September is historically bad for crypto. You know what happens when most people are looking that way? It usually goes the opposite way and pumps up. If it does pump up and starts pushing on, we need to really close above 0.011. If we do close above that, there is literally nothing in the way all the way up until the all-time highs at 0.018. So that's 1.8 cent. Nothing in the way at all. You've got, like, I mean, you could go down into the low time scales and work out a couple of maybe 1 hour and 4 hour levels of resistance, but I would not even bother. I think all-time highs are at 1.8 cent. Once we do break above here and we target that, then you can start looking at some nice round numbers like 2 cent, 5 cent, 10 cent. I know 10 cent's a long way off yet, but once this starts going, like you've seen it with Zilliqa, you've seen it with VeChain, once they got above that 2 and 3 cent area, they've soon got to 5 cent, 10 cent appeared, and it was 20 cent, and it's like, wow, things start moving really quick. So, and I think the same will happen with this. Massively undervalued. Scalability issues have been pretty much hit on the head there. So that's a couple of buy zones. I'm sorry to sound too bearish with that. But then if the bearish narrative doesn't play out, then honestly, aim for the moon, because this is really going to start flying. So that's that pair pretty much covered. I'm not going into too much depth in terms of technical analysis and breakouts and patterns and that. We'll just look for some buy and sell zones for now. We haven't got too much data, to be honest, within this area anyway. And then MTV BTC, looking a lot better, isn't it, really? It's had such a significant rise, that. And again, we've rejected off this area. We've had no daily closures above 226 Satoshis since we broke above it on that last pump. Rejected there. And again, look, we've rejected quite a hell of a lot here. If we do reject and we're looking for some buy zones, let's have a look at this move here. So in terms of Satoshis, if you're looking for, we've already come up and tested that 382 level again. So that shows that there's confluence of 382 level. If you're looking for buys, I would target here. 160 Satoshis, I think, could be a nice area for you to load up if you are trading in BTC, or even if you're not trading BTC and you've got some Satoshis set on the side, bang a few cheeky orders in around 160 Satoshis, maybe even go a little bit lower down to that top there, which pretty much lines up with that moving average 50, so that's down at 140. So maybe a ladder if you win, 160 down to 140, and who knows, if it don't get picked up, then you just withdraw your order and spend it on something else. All right. But so yeah, that's that pair covered. In terms of price targets, I'm not going to go into any yet. I mean, that's the first major level at 298 Satoshis, rejection at 300 sat area. I always say that to people: if you're looking for buys or sells, never put it on round numbers, because it will pump up. I wonder how many people had sell orders in at 300 Satoshis and then bang, it rejected at 298, 299. So always happens. Never put an order in at a round number. So that's going to do it for today. Just some quick fire analysis in terms of key levels for Multivac, where you could buy, where you could potentially sell if we do break out of this this area of resistance. And yeah, that's going to do it. If you're new to this channel, please make sure that you are subscribed, hit that like button, and I'll catch you next time.